Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. It has been pretty smoky here and there, because of the wildfires still. But we have some rain currently happening right now, so I'm hoping that that's going to help. A couple of announcements. The first thing is that I have brought back the Ghost Walk. I actually am only going to have one in October because I have so many things going on in October. But I had a series of Ghost Walks years ago, and COVID and all kinds of other things happening. I wasn't able to do them. And I'm actually teaming up with Prism in Colorado. So Prism is actually a paranormal investigation group. It's a nonprofit organization. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting at the Buckhorn Exchange at 4 o'clock, and this is going to be on Saturday, October 2nd. And so we're going to start at 4 o'clock. They're going to let us in early before dinner starts, so we can have a feel of the building and all of the spirits there. And I'm going to be talking to everyone about, this different sensations and what does this all mean and how do you maybe communicate with them. And they're going to have their little gadgets, and we're going to have a private dinner there at 5. And so I reserved their small room there so that we can have some people. So that is limited to 10 people. All right. So there's only 10 spots available. And then once we're done with that, then we're going to head on over to Cheeseman Park. And that's where everybody else is going to be meeting up with us at 7 o'clock on that evening. And we're going to be once again talking about the spirits, the spirit activity, especially at Cheeseman Park, all of the paranormal experiences that have happened there over the past century or so, and it's going to be a great time. So I just posted this yesterday on my Andarta page, so check that out. And if you're interested, then make sure to reserve a spot as soon as possible so you can actually do it. Okay. And I'm only going to have one evening that I'm going to be able to do this in October. So make sure to sign up for that. Okay. I'm very, very excited. And then the other thing for announcements is that this month's promotion for Patreon is this is a CD that is by Wendy Rule. And Wendy Rule is actually she's a very well-known pagan artist, singer, and musician that she has been recording for over 20 years now, I would say. And this is actually her meditations CD. And I thought this would be really helpful for people because it goes through how to breathe deeply and then earth, air, fire, water, spirit. And so if you are the first person to sign up for my levels tiers 3 and up, 3, 4, 5, the first person to sign up by August 1st, you will receive this signed copy of this album. Wendy and I were chit-chatting here and there, and she was able to send me her signature on her album. And so this is very, very awesome. So just make sure to sign up, and then you can also get my newsletter and especially with tiers 3, 4, and 5, you will have access to all of my videos, my newsletter, my goddess invocations. In fact, I'm actually going to be writing one tomorrow for the full moon. And then in the tiers 3, that is for signing up for a monthly class. So if you've been thinking that you need to have some external help with your path, and this is part of why I'm doing this here, and when we get to the weekly draw, I'm going to tell you more about that. But if you're needing some assistance and you want to expand on your psychic abilities, or you want to learn more on how to work with the fairies, if you want to learn the tarot, any of these things, if you sign up at the tier 3, then we're just going to automatically be, and I have people that we just automatically schedule them once a month because it's already coming out at the beginning of the month. And so if you've been thinking that you should really get into working on your spiritual path more. Now is the time to do it, between now and August 1st. Okay. So this is done on the last day of July. And so you'll also be getting a spell kit, with that. Just looking at Patreon, it's, patreon.com/Andarta. That's where you can go and you could just see all of the little things, plus, Wendy Rules CD. Okay. So make sure to sign up before August 1st. Okay. All right. So let's get to weekly reflections. So last Thursday, we had the Serpent. And the Serpent, this is in the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards. The Serpent represents healing and gaining knowledge, and especially with shedding your skin. And that's something that is difficult to do, honestly, is that we feel that we're going to feel the same way, or we're going to be the same way as we're evolving and healing and changing. But it's just like a snake, that as they are, shedding their skin and getting, growing larger and bigger and stronger, then they shed that skin and they grow a new one. So that was Thursday, the 15th. And then Friday was the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands represents birthing of a new concept or idea, new learnings, and also that you need to make sure to ignore the haters and the naysayers for any new learnings that you're wanting to do. Okay. And so this is really good for any type of creativity, things that you may have wanted to do. You're just now getting into it, even if it's a group class, or if you're wanting to sign up for the monthly class sessions. This is where part of this is coming in here. Okay. Saturday was an interesting day. It was the Illusion card inverted. So this is from the Ashlon Oracle deck, by, Chaz Kemp. And this is all about, so Saturn must have had a lot of fake people, either fake people or people pretending to other people that maybe they were healthier, maybe they have a health problem that they're pretending is not there, or that there's some type of cheating going on, or there's some type of deceit or facade. Okay, so Saturday definitely was filled full of fun there with the illusions. And then Sunday was the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords represents mental clarity, success, and breakthroughs. And this is, in this deck, this is the Avalon Tarot. This is Excalibur. And Excalibur, if you know anything about the Arthurian legends, this is the sword of power, that gave, Arthur the power to become king. And so this is really, so once again, we have some really powerful, new beginnings here going on, and also some coming into our own sense of selves. Now, Monday was the Wheel of Fortune inverted. Now, this is not really the most fun of cards when it's inverted, because it represents bad luck, poor decisions, misfortune. But ultimately, if you've been experiencing this, then this may be signaling that you are getting past that. Okay, so if you really feel like you've been in misfortune and bad luck, then maybe this was a signal that, okay, so we're turning the wheel yet again. Okay, but it's really important to recognize that life is never going to be stagnant. It's never going to be linear. Okay, so life is the Wheel of Fortune. It has its ups and its downs, and just, acknowledging and keeping in mind that, it may be bad right this time, but it's going to get better. Okay. And so that is a definite signal for you to, just to keep on going and not to be giving up. And then Monday was Gort ivy. So ivy is the plant. And this represents finding oneself through challenges and complexities, and having a wandering soul. And the reason is really interconnected, and you can't really see it here, but it even has a labyrinth on here. And the ivy plant has always been associated with labyrinths and mazes, because they would often have that plant growing on any of the hedges, or any of the walls that may have been part of the The labyrinth. And so, and it's in the labyrinth in particular is going within. Okay. So it's a literal, you know, I mean, the difference between a labyrinth and a maze. Okay. A lot of people ask me this. So a maze is just a bunch of stops and starts and, you know, dead end walls and things like that. A labyrinth, which is actually a very sacred symbol in the pagan tradition, especially the Druidic and Avalon path. It is, there's only one entrance and one exit. It's a constant looping and back and forth. And it's for a meditation. It's for meditative purposes, for you to really focus on you within yourself. And when you get to the literal center of the labyrinth, then you can sit there and meditate, contemplate, ask questions of your guides, things like that. And then when you're all done with the center, then you walk back out reflecting upon the information that was given to you. Okay. And then the card for today was the King of Spears inverted, which this is about short tempers, ego, somebody that's really argumentative, maybe even arrogant and aggressive. And so I think that this is just something that we all were dealing with today, as far as, you know, whether it be within ourselves or within other people. But this was definitely a day of cranky people and argumentative people. Oh my goodness gracious. So what does this all mean? Okay, so there are so many cards here that we've gotten in this past week about new beginnings and about enlightenment and looking within ourselves. So I really feel like we're all like really working on that self-reflection and the healing of ourselves, or like with the serpent, we have the creative and the mental new beginnings. If you've been having financial problems, maybe this is the new beginning for finances for you. And then, you know, even looking within as far as Ivy goes, it is taking these, the important thing is taking all of these new beginnings and moving forward, no matter how scary that may be. Okay. But these are really important cards to pay attention to, okay? Because they all signify a new beginning. And this new beginning is a lot about your sense of self and your self-discovery. And so what I'm actually going to be talking about in my patron video is how to celebrate these small victories and these new beginnings. Okay, so if you are wanting to access those videos, you just need to sign up on my Patreon page. And if you get to sign up on my tier 3, 4, or 5, then you get this CD along with all the other things. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it. And like I said, if you're wanting to sign up for the Ghost Walk, just make sure to message me to sign up in order to get yourself on the registration. Okay. You all have a good rest of your week, and I will see you next Wednesday. All right. Bye-bye.